Hello friends, I hope this finds you well. I'm about to make one of my favorite breads that is loaded with fiber and protein. It's either always in my freezer or on my countertop. We take it on vacations. We give it as gifts. It is a healthy bread that I make in a double batch to always have on hand. So I'm going to be making this bread, but the focus of my content today is going to be ingredient tweaks that can up-level any banana type bread, muffin, cake. And the reason I'm specifying banana is because banana bread has its own unique flavor. It's one reason people love it so much. It's one of the most popular breads. It leans more warm, earthy, with flavors of maple and vanilla. So this would not apply to, say, a strawberry bread or some others that are brighter. But what I'm going to do is just go through and mix up my batter, and I will give you tips for making the banana oatmeal nut bread, but making it better. You can use the regular everyday ingredients like plain sugar instead of adding maple sugar. So I'm just going to go through this, and here we go. So what I'll be doing is sharing my best tips for making the best ever banana oatmeal walnut bread. The first thing is how you order your ingredients. You don't want to dump everything in because you've got flour and you've also got eggs. They have to be mixed, or it's best if they're mixed at certain times in the process. So what I'm going to do is tell you what you want to mix first. So what I have now, I have my sugars. I have white sugar and maple sugar. Here's another tip. If you want to make your bread taste richer, warmer, a little more up level, substitute 1 cup, which there's 2 cups of sugar in this doubled recipe. Let one of them be maple sugar. Maple sugar, it looks like a light brown sugar and it smells like maple. It's fantastic. Now, it is a little drier than regular sugar, but I've offset that in the recipe with some tweaks that offset that. It does absorb a little more than regular sugar, but this one substitute makes this bread so yummy. So maple sugar, and I'll link to where you can get that, and it keeps very well. And if it does clump, it doesn't clump as much as brown sugar. You just get a gloved hand and break it up. So I've got my sugars, and now I'm going to add my wet ingredients. Buttermilk. Tip for using buttermilk: always use full fat. Fat is flavor. It's going to make it richer and more delicious. Full fat buttermilk. Delicious buttermilk. Oil. Avocado oil. You are getting healthy fat, non-inflammatory. So delicious, okay? So those are our wet ingredients. We are gonna add a little sour cream, but we're gonna add that toward the end. Now, we're gonna talk about bananas. Bananas are gonna go with the wet ingredients. These bananas I got yesterday, and they were just like this. Bananas can be heated in the oven, 300 oven, until they start browning like this, and they're ready to go. So I'm going to peel these. That is a fabulous hack, because think about having to wait on something to ripen. Nobody has time for that. I mean, I guess some people might, but I choose to make the bananas work on my schedule. Now I'm gonna take, that's a little mushy, I'm gonna take that off. You do need to allow time for them to cool, and you probably wanna have some gloves, because before I put my mixer in here, I'm gonna mash them up, because this is a shallow bowl, and if I start mixing all this, it might fly out and make a mess. Got all these bananas, and if you have followed me for more than 5 minutes, you know that these are always in my drawer. So I'm just gonna do this. This is gonna be much neater, just mixing the bananas up first, because they are still a little bit, there's a little firmness, and when you put a hand mixer in there, it might splatter. Okay, so I'm squeezing them through, and now we're gonna mix, just like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mix until this is smooth, then we're gonna add our eggs. I don't want chunks of banana, and I don't think you do either. I like to get this smooth. I just don't want to bite into a piece of banana bread and get a chunk of banana. A nut is fine, but not banana. I want the flavor, but I don't want chunks. So now I'm gonna add my eggs. I like to add them after this is mostly mixed because you don't wanna beat your eggs too terribly long. You just now wanna mix until the eggs are broken and incorporated. This is really not the optimal bowl. This is a big batch, guys. Okay, so now we have our wet ingredients with our eggs. Here's a tip.
Hey friends.
Here's my husband, he's awesome. The recipe calls for vanilla extract. If you want to up-level it, do vanilla bean paste. It's richer and it's gonna give it even more depth. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that a little bit. Ooh, maple sugar and vanilla bean extract. Now we're going to add our flour, and this is where you want to get it mixed, but you don't want to keep mixing or it will make things tough. You just want to get it mixed where there's nothing dry left. And I like to sort of move it around, let it splatter. Again, this bowl is too shallow. It should be deeper, but we're gonna be okay. So when you start seeing that the dry has disappeared, you're good. Now I'm gonna get a spatula because when you've got flour, you wanna make sure you get on the bottom and turn where you're not leaving any dry at the bottom, okay? Oh, my husband came in and he's making noise. All right, so we have this. Now we have the oats, and I'm done with this. I'm actually done with the beater. Everything else is gonna be folded in. So I'm just gonna fold in the oats. Tip, use Kodiak protein oats and you're getting added protein. Great, easy hack. They do cost more than inexpensive oats, but you're getting more protein, which is good. Walnuts, you can use 1 cup, I use 2. Loaded with omega-3 fatty oils. Okay, and then here's where I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and that is going to make this even more moist. I recently took a loaf of this to the beach. We stayed with some of our dearest friends, and I took a loaf of this bread, and every day it got smaller and smaller. They loved it. I took it because this is just what I crave, and if you're on a vacation, guys, there's nothing worse than looking for food, and there's nothing, or having to go stand in line at a restaurant. So it's nice to have something you can nibble off of. I prefer Caraway Bakeware because it's non-stick, but Caraway is at my like. Here's what we're doing here. I am going to fill these mini loaf pans that you do have to spray. Normal bakeware. Caraway, you do not. It is the most amazing bakeware, but they don't make mini loaf pans. So I'm deciding that because it's just Zane and me, and I don't like to waste any of this, I'm going to make all mini loaves. And I love these loaves. And you spray them with olive oil or avocado oil, and this bread will turn out just great. I have this, I'll link to this recipe. Oops, I'm making a little mess. I'll link to this recipe. Fill these about 3/4 cup full, 3/4 tin full. And another thing, if you want to make part muffins, and then part mini loaves, or you want to make 3 or 4 normal size loaves, you can do all that. Just know the smaller you go, the shorter the bake time. So if you're making muffins, you're gonna watch them and get them out of the oven sooner. If you're making these are gonna cook quicker than the big loaves. So just make sure that you're aware of bake time. Boy, I'm making a good old mess, but I will tell you, I've got a Pilates appointment and I'm gonna barely make it. Okay, I need 1 more loaf pan. Actually, I'm gonna get these 2 just in case. Here we go. Avocado oil. Yep, just needed 1. Okay, the easiest way to bake these is put them all together on a baking sheet. Otherwise, you're having to deal with all these separately. So I'm getting these in the oven right now. When they're done, to freeze them, you want to let them cool completely before you release them from the pan. And then when they're completely cool, you want to put them in freezer gallon or 2-gallon Ziplocs. Or what I like to do is put them in freezer quart Ziplocs. If they're the small ones, 1 per bag. Get all the air out, label it, and you can pull out 1 at a time. They stay great if you put them in an airtight freezer bag for a month or so, and then you just let them thaw at room temp and enjoy. And of course, they're always better if you heat them. You can warm them in the microwave, or better yet, the toaster, served with butter, cream cheese, or just fruit on the side, and they're fantastic. I've got a mess to clean up. I hope that this was helpful. I hope you'll try the recipe. And then if you want some of these substitutions that up-level your recipes, I'll link to them as well. I appreciate all of you. If you like my content, I hope you will subscribe. And until next time, be blessed and stay savvy.